Hi, welcome to What's Up with DJ Now. Today we're making easy instant pot chili. Here's some of the ingredients you're going to be needing. And let's go ahead and get started. Now we're going to set our pressure cooker to the saute mode. And we're going to choose the more, which will be the hottest setting. 15 minutes is the time frame. That'll be plenty. And it's going to hit on and it's going to start heating up. Now your Instant Pot will heat up, and when it's ready it will say hot on the display. And when it's hot, then you can start adding in your oil. Now I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of vegetable oil. You can use any kind of oil that you cook with. I'm just using the Wesson vegetable oil. And then what I'm going to do is I've chopped up one yellow onion. And I'm going to put almost the whole onion in there and start sauteing it. I'm going to keep some of the onion for garnishing the chili at the end. So just get your onions in there, and remember you're in saute mode right now, and you're just going to, stir up your onions and let them saute and break down in there. If you prefer a different kind of onion, you can put whatever onion that you like. I had a yellow onion. I also use white onions, whatever you prefer. It's been rainy where I live. I live in California, and I felt like it was a nice time for some chili. Chili is always so good. And it keeps really well in the refrigerator for, a couple days, 2 or 3 days after. It gets better as it sits, actually. Better flavor, better taste. Okay, now I'm taking 2 pounds of 80/20 ground beef. You could just do 1 pound if you prefer. It's just that this came in 2-pound package, so that's what I'm using. And we're just going to chop it up in there, and we're going to get it all browned up in there with our onions. This is a really easy chili recipe, so I'm using a 6-quart Duo Gourmet Instant Pot, and those are purchased through Costco. They're exclusive. That model is exclusive only to Costco. But you can use, any pressure cooker that you have, any Instant Pot that you have. The settings or the display might be slightly different, but you know how to use your pressure cooker. So any pressure cooker will work, any Instant Pot. Like I said, you just want to get that hamburger all, in there like you would even if you're cooking it in a pan on the stove or whatever. You just want to get it incorporated in the onions and get it all browned up. Now we're going to take our minced garlic, and we're going to put a teaspoon of minced garlic in there. And you can put that in, after you've cooked the hamburger a little bit. You see it's not completely done, but you can put it in about now. Give that a good stir. And then what I've done here is I've already put in the seasonings. I'm showing you that I put in some chili powder, and I put in about a tablespoon of chili powder. I used onion powder, and I put about 2 teaspoons of onion powder. Cumin, I put about a tablespoon of cumin. And paprika, I put about 2 teaspoons of paprika. Now this is all based on taste, so you can do on this is just a Himalayan pink salt. The McCormick's, it's like black pepper, garlic, and pink sea salt blend. And I put about 2 teaspoons of that. This is all according to taste. I will be adding more seasoning later once you taste it. There are also little pre-made chili seasoning packets you can buy from, like, you know, McCormick's or Lowry's or whatever. And if you want to use one of those, that's perfectly fine. There's all different types of pre-made chili seasonings. Sometimes I use those, sometimes I, use my own blend, but those are the blends that you basically would use if you want to, use what you already have at home. And this is already starting to smell really good. This is when it starts to get really, it just has that smell, that chili smell. Now this is a 1 cup of beef broth that I've made with my Better Than bouillon. That's how I make my broth. It's a condensed broth, and it's 1 cup, but any kind of beef bouillon or beef broth will do. Now I'm going to do 4 dashes of Worcestershire sauce, and that just adds to the flavor. It's optional, you don't have to do it, but when you use that sauce, it does, add a lot of texture and flavor to it. Not texture, but flavor. Now I'm just kind of scraping the bottom of the pan, because anytime you use saute, you want to make sure that no bits have stuck to the bottom. Otherwise, you could get a burn error on your Instant Pot. Now we're going to use a 28-ounce can, or the large can, of the crushed tomatoes. You can use any brand that you want. This is Contadina, but Hunt's, any kind of crushed tomatoes is fine. And we're going to use 2 cans of Ro-tel. You can use mild, hot, original, whatever type of one that you want to use. And you're going to put 2 in there, and with the juices. And I'll talk about the juices a little bit later, more in detail, but right now I'm including the juices, except this little can of jalapenos. I did get rid of the juice on that during the juice. And jalapenos are optional. Ro-tel already has a little bit of peppers in it, but I wanted a little bit more, so I put that little extra can. I think it's like 4-ounce can, or a little 8-ounce can, or 4-ounce, or something like that. And we're going to stir this up well. Now I'm going to put 2 cans of chili beans in there. I've drained some of the juice out of it, but it was a thicker kind of juice, so I couldn't get it all out. Now all these can measurements I'm using work perfectly well with a 6-quart. It won't go past the fill line at the top. It was right up there, so it was just a perfect amount for the quantities that I'm showing you. If you do have a 6-quart, if you have an 8-quart, you can obviously, put more bigger quantities if you want to, but this is a 6-quart. Stir in these beans. Now at the end, this chili is going to end up pretty juicy, pretty liquidy, and if you prefer, well, what I'm going to do here is take a little taste to see about the seasoning, to see if I need any more. And I determined that I do want to put a little more seasoning in there. So I'm going to take my cumin and put a little bit more in there for flavor. And like I said, you can do it according to what your tastes are. I'm doing a little bit less than a tablespoon more. Cumin and chili powder are the main things that give you that good flavor in your chili. So I did a little less than a tablespoon. I'm going to do a little more chili powder. So I think on the chili powder I ended up doing maybe about 2.5 tablespoons. So that's originally, if I said 1 earlier, it was actually 2. So 2.5 tablespoons. Stir that up. And just do it according to your taste. Just take a little taste and see what you think about the flavor. But what I was saying about the juice earlier is that when this finishes, it's going to look very liquefied, because once it heats up and cooks, a lot of the other juices are going to break down. If you end up wanting a little bit thicker of a chili, then you would just drain some of the juices out of the other things that you put in. But you do need to have plenty of liquid in there. You know, when you cook in the Instant Pot, you can always take it out later. Okay, so now I'm going to hit pressure cook. And we're going to make sure that it's set to more. And then we're just going to set this for 15 minutes. It doesn't have to go a full 15. I just do 15, but you could do 10 or even 12. But I just set for 15. After it's done, you're going to let it natural release for 15 minutes, meaning you're not going to release the pressure. Okay, now we're back 30 minutes later after the natural release of the pressure, and we're going to open this up. It's going to be very hot still, so be careful. And then here you go. Like I said, you have all that extra juice on the top. If you don't mind that, then that's fine. If you want a little less juice, then you just cut back on your broth that you put in, and you drain like your Ro-tel and stuff. But actually it sets up pretty well. Once, you know, you don't want to serve chili necessarily steaming hot. You want to let it sit a little bit. And like I said, once you put it in the refrigerator, it sets up. Also, when you store it in the refrigerator, you can skim a lot of the juice out and then just put more of the thicker chili in your fridge, and you know, and then discard of the extra juice that you don't want. So it's all your preference. Now I'm going to take a few of those onions I had chopped, because I like fresh onions on top also. And this is all your choice. You could also put sour cream. Some people like sour cream, a dollop on there of sour cream. I don't like sour cream on my chili. I do like cheese. Put lots of cheese. And I'm going to give you a look at this up close. But this chili is very easy. It's very good. And I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I thank you for watching. And hopefully you'll try this, because it is a nice hearty meal for your family. So again, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe to my channel, and take care and have a great day.